I'm sure somebody knows, but I myself do not. I don't know what button I pressed. I feel like I just pressed a button and I don't know what it did. Yeah, but we need more factories. I mean, military factories are relatively cheap. They're 7,200, so they're way, way cheaper than the civilian. So that's what kind of why I want to invade all these countries, just so I can take their factories. Like Hungary, they have 4 factories. Really, nobody's industrializing too much. Like, if we can push our way up to Austria, you know, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, and gain access to, you know, like 30 factories here, would definitely be a boon to our economy. Absolutely. And they're not in NATO, they're not in the EU, they're just Austria. I mean, they have a decent-sized army, but I still think that we can probably, by the time we push through here and we push through Slovenia, we should have enough men and supplies to make that work. Hopefully. So we're getting a small stockpile of tanks. We still need a few of the mechanized troops. But maybe that means we should start making, like, a few more extra divisions. Because how many do you need? You need 300 mechanized, 300 equipment, and then the armor mechanized infantry, like mechanical. Who needs the tanks? Okay, yeah, no, you need the tanks. So you need 100 tanks, 300 infantry equipment, and 300 mechanized troops. And as well as motorized and support equipment. Which means we're probably in a bit of a deficit there right now. Yeah, we need like 1,000 of each, which is a bit of a problem. Hello, Maddie. How are you? How do I get to where I need to be? Right now, everybody's just under one general and one field marshal. Can I upgrade you at all? No. Are you close to even upgrading? You need 500 experience to advance to the next level. You're 26%. Oh, we got our justification. Fantastic. So does that mean I can just justify on you, like, now, immediately? 220 days? And once again, there's no reason to ever... As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason to ever get more than 1. It just takes longer and costs more points, and you get nothing out of it. So we're going to start that right now while we're going to fight the war. Even then, I think the war with Croatia should be pretty much a cakewalk. I don't think they're going to be able to have much resistance. And I don't even know if they have any other cities other than Zagreb. They have Split here. And I think they're going to try to navally invade me over here, but that doesn't really matter when I have your capital city and you're already really close to capitulating. Yeah, so they landed 1 troop over there, which is a little bit annoying, yes. But really is not the end of the world. Especially if we take this city, which we'll do in a few days. Okay, so this guy's completely surrounded, so you should... There we go, you're basically completely a stack wiped. So there was somebody over there, but I guess we're just not even going to bother anymore. And then you just walk, like, these troops can just march wherever the hell they want. There we go, we've already, we've kind of already dealt with the Croatian problem there. I don't want to delete this army, that would actually just be stupid. So let's front line over here, and we'll get our troops ready for an offensive into, Slovenia. And there we go, we got some more factories, we got some more military factories as well, which is quite important. I do want to build more tanks, I think, more than anything else. Then we'll build a few more rifles. Free dockyards, just throw those into boats, convoys, I don't care. Really makes no difference whatsoever. But now we need more resources. Okay. But we need steel and we need tungsten. So I guess steel we'll import from China, and then tungsten we will also import from China because they have apparently all of it. 10,000 is quite a lot, I would say. So there we go. We're already like 3. That invasion actually took 3 weeks, which really that's quite good. Well, let's see. Do we have more generals? We do. everybody's basically exactly the same. So armor speed, river attack, out of supply minus 50. A lot of these guys are out of supply. Artillery attack, reconnaissance. Is anybody just like a pure... Hills is actually pretty good, so I'll put you in charge here. I'm going to throw you underneath this general. You're not going to be the same color because that would be stupid. I'm going to make you red. And then I don't know where I'm going to front line you. Maybe Bulgaria? Excuse me. They're not in a faction. They have basically no troops, so... I guess we'll go there. And then we'll just basically frontline you. You go all the way over here once you're ready. How long would it take for justification to go here? It would take 340 days. That is a long time, but if we wait for the justification on Slovenia to finish, it'll be 220 days after that. Which is definitely shorter, or definitely longer than 340. So we're just going to fabricate a claim against Bulgaria, like, right away. They're not in the UN Security Council. I guess that's, not really that big of a concern of mine. So we'll invade Bulgaria. We'll invade Slovenia. And I think a third country, even then, might still be worth getting the fabrication on. I don't know who it would be. I guess it would be like Hungary or something, but... oh, that takes 705 days. That is a little bit too long. For that one, we would definitely, I think, just wait for our fabrication on Slovenia to finish and then attack. Also, if Maddie, if you're still in chat, is my microphone okay? I'm always worried that I just have the audio balance is just completely wrong. Okay, so you are going to be done on August 1st. So we still got a handful of, we still got a few months there. So we have like 9 months for that. You'll be done in December. Which, once again, isn't really like too long either. All of these will just be ready within the year. So we can now create our factions. I don't think we need any of this stuff. Education reform, research time minus 1%. Would lead to an extra research slot. Recruitable population goes up. Research time minus 2%. That's actually just better. Factory output plus 35%. Absolutely. Get those women into the job. If we get a 35% bonus, which would be pretty good, I would say. Oh, so you should have a better icon than that. That one's just boring. You can be the you can be the Sunflower Corps. Why not? I'm not too sure what those represent. Hopefully it's nothing like too bad. That'd be a little bit awkward. So you are going to be ready. I got like such a... I know I just said it was like pretty quick, but now I'm turning around and saying it's going to be quite a while. So what can I do in the meantime? We have a few laws and decisions we can make, but I don't really want to make any of these. Kind of wish they would just not show up as numbers, because it's really annoying me that I can see that too. But I don't want to do it. Like, I don't... Like, Palestine, Israel, it's not like a huge concern of mine right now. Really? Like, it doesn't matter to me. Well, it's a good thing that Saudi Arabia is going to communist. The People's Republic of Arabia. Of Arabian. Absolutely, that's exactly how the naming convention, I'm pretty sure, would work there. But everybody and their mother is going communist. And I'm not too sure why. Why is this like a different... Oh no, that's snow. Okay, fair enough. Why is all of Afghanistan covered in snow? Well, at least I think it's snow. Now, you know, where it snows, it's just a completely perfect line. Of, you know, there's snow here and there's not snow on the other side. That's just how weather works. It does not need to make sense in the slightest. What are you talking about? No location. You guys should all just kind of deploy in Morava. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I don't know though. Yeah, so you guys all deploy on here. We'll march out soon-ish. Apparently most of you guys aren't actually happy with this plan. So the ones who aren't... Because they're saying basically not able to actually do what is needed. Yeah, so you guys can just deploy to the south. Slovenia doesn't have a big army. They have 3 to 5 divisions. Right now we have 11 on their border, so we already outnumber them at least 2 to 1. Maybe even 3 to 1. Got some improved anti-tank weaponry, which I guess is okay, even though I don't think the AI is using too many tanks at the moment. 2003, so let's get our artillery even better. And then I think we probably even want to get our tanks upgraded again. Once the next level of infantry equipment become available. It becomes available in 2008. Well, that's quite a... AK-74. Isn't the AK-74, correct me if I'm wrong, invented in 1974? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought the AK-47 was invented in 1947. But apparently, you know, what do I know? What do I know? Basically nothing. Don't actually listen to me when it comes to guns. But I still think that's slightly off. So both of you guys are feeling pretty alright. Inferior enemy 80%. You guys are feeling pretty good. Inferior enemy 80%. You're not too happy because of the large river crossing. And that's... Well, the river kind of comes perpendicular to here. So I don't think we'll be crossing it. If you just kind of march along the river, you should be completely fine. I think. Maybe I'm wrong there. That's entirely possible. And hopefully none of these two guys actually will join a faction, which would be pretty bad for us. And would anybody like to join a faction? Anybody? No, you're the wrong government type. I mean, they don't like us too much. Same ruling party, they like that. And then, apparently we're trading partners, so we like them a little bit. Is there anything I can get from anybody? The United States, I'm pretty sure, still will not trade with me. Russia probably will not trade with me. I think the handful of communist countries would. But I don't know what they would have. Like, what do I need? Do I need anything that they could possibly actually give me? I need infantry equipment, actually, a lot. Followed by mechanized and light mechanical. But they won't actually give me the weapons. Because they're too advanced. What kind of weapons do we have? Like, what is the basic rifle? The basic rifle is like any of these. But apparently they have different kinds of guns, which I find very odd, and I don't know why. Was it Vietnam communist? Well, they were communist at the start. I think they've actually changed. So, Laos. Do you have guns to give me? But they won't like it because... I think because those guns are too advanced. Is there anything that I could actually get from them? Could I even get convoys? No, I don't think there's anything I can actually get from anybody. Even though it says that they'll trade with us, they're not going to. Hello, Eric. How are you doing tonight? Or I guess it's like 5 p.m. where I am. I don't know what time it is for you. So these are going to be another 7 brigades ready to deploy. We do need the infantry weapons. Right now we're only making 12 a day, and we need like 16,000. How long is it? How long is it going to take? It's going to take 134 days for us to actually get all the weapons. The United States declared war on the Iraqi state. Okay, well there's the Iraq war, which could, 5%. Ooh, crazy. 2.7% discount on fabricating some stuff now. So maybe we're getting a little bit closer to being able to justify wars in a meaningful time. Kind of doubt it, but we'll see. And I'm pretty sure the United States is going to do pretty much beat... I mean, Iraq actually is a giant army. The United States army is bigger, but still... they're probably like 50 divisions in just a small little area around Mosul and Baghdad. So, I mean, that is quite a lot. I don't know if there's anything I can actually do to influence that war at all. Which is definitely disappointing. Oh no, now they're being invaded by Turkey to the north. So I'm pretty sure Tibet's not going to win. Or not, Tibet's definitely not in a winning position right now. But Iraq, I'm pretty sure, is not long for this world. I wonder if Turkey is actually going to try to take territory. I don't know if it's by event or what's going to happen. But we'll see. I think it's entirely possible that Iraq might just be annexed by Turkey. I don't think it's impossible. Monthly population, negative 125% seems pretty bad. So I'm going to just not do that. I don't want to lose people. I think we just want to keep going down the civilian factories route. And just getting more and more. The Faroe Islands have joined NATO. Faroe Islands. Where the hell are the Faroe Islands again? They're up here, aren't they? They're in NATO, but they're communist. A communist Faroe Island. How? Are the Faroe Islands even independent? I thought they were like part of Denmark. Or part of Scotland. But apparently they're in NATO. I guess I don't understand how NATO works anymore. Can I join NATO? No. Needs at least 30% social liberal. But they don't have that either. They have 7%. So I'm not too sure exactly. I'm assuming it's just by event. They might get kicked out of NATO soon. Because it's going to be like, hey, you don't meet the requirements to be in NATO. But we'll see. It's probably because they helped join the war against Iraq. That's probably entirely what it's about. It would be kind of funny if Iraq joined the CSTO, though, and then Russia and the United States just kind of started fighting each other. Would be slightly amusing. Multi-cam. Fantastic. So we got better armor for our troops. I guess we're going to keep going down the land doctrine here. They really are lasting quite a long time. Oh, Belgium's also communist. Of course they are. Why would they not be? They've lost 20,000 men in this war. The United States lost 19,000 men. I don't know how many people actually died in the initial Iraq invasion in 2003 on the American side, but I don't think it was 20,000. That is quite a bit. Like, how are you still in NATO? Like, it doesn't even make sense. You're 68% communist. You're actually putting us to shame. We're only 67. So they must be going communist, like, way before we were. Or not way before, but at least, you know, like a few days or something. So is there any other stuff from 2003 that we could have researched? Nothing in there. Is there anything, like, in tanks? We can build a slightly better tank. 94 days, get that researched, then we're going to have to start building them. It's going to take a while. Yeah, there we go. Belgian unions leave the European Union. That's not surprising. I mean, I can't really, there's no map mode to see who's in the EU, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, so I'm going to take a guess and say as soon as Iraq's defeated in this war, Belgium and the Faroe Islands are just going to get kicked out of the Union. You're 73% libertarian. I wonder who's going to win the election in 2005. I would be very surprised. Okay, so undecided divisions. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep deploying troops onto the Bulgarian border. Hopefully, like, one of these wars doesn't just lead to, like, some massive World War III. I mean, if it does happen, then it happens. You know, it's not like it's my fault. It's definitely all of their faults. Wow, I'm really surprised that Saddam Hussein's holding on so long. He's got a decent army, but he's also going communist right now, because of course he is. Who isn't? ICP becomes ruling party. So while this is all happening, the communists are like, "Hey, you know what? Let's have a coup d'état." I'm assuming that won't end the war, but it would be kind of funny. What if, like, they went democratic right now? But I'm assuming the war would just kind of continue, and it would not stop. They are really not doing a great job in this war, are they? 29,000. Like, that's quite a lot. Who else has lost men here? The People's Republic of Turkey. Of course, Turkey has now also gone communist. Oh, they would actually join a faction with us. So, I mean, we can get a good old faction started. Because they're definitely not, I think, going to stay in that. Like, why are they so happy to? It's because they're in a war, right? Because they're in a war, they'll absolutely do it. Like, these guys aren't in a war, so they will not say yes. And also, world tension is not high enough. Okay, so now what can I do? We can get some more military commands, but I think we need more political advisors for now. Okay, no, I'll read that in a sec. Nope, shit, who did I just select? Damn it, that's not what I wanted to do. Also, Socialist Kemros declares a jihad. But it's a very, interesting way to kind of do this. Sure, why not? But I think NATO, so NATO put in their, they put in their guy in Iraq, but they're still doing the decision to just become communist. So I think the Americans are just going to get kicked out immediately. Also, we got Kurdistan, who's now a puppet of the United States as well. They're just kind of doing their own thing. But yeah, I think Iraq's just going to go communist. They're going to get kicked out of the American alliance thingy that they got going on. Yeah, but there we go. Turkey's out. Belgium's out. The Faroe Islands are out. Every day, the NATO shrinks a little bit. But see, the CSTO, I was going to say they're not as picky, but they did kick out Belarus. They're going to probably kick out Kazakhstan. They might kick out you as well. They did kick out you, I think, when you became green. I'm not too sure. Or you might have left on your own accord. I'm not too sure what exactly you did. But would anybody else join? Like, I'm guessing Turkey now would not join a faction. No. Because they're not at war. What just a strange situation. Like, just the world is just a weird place, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen. But it does seem like communists have just been the dominant faction people have chosen. I don't know if it's completely random or not. It might be. I'm just kind of cherry picking them out, which is entirely possible. I'm not too sure if I'm doing that. So when is this done? This is going to be done in 18 days. We'll kind of see what goes on in Iraq then. So you are fascist. You're communist. You would not. Okay, I was gonna say you would join a faction, but you will not. If I'm at war, will they actually want to join a faction with me? I don't know. But once again, we're not at like the world tension because it's still ticking down at 3%. Why do you never tick up? Just tick up a little bit, just a tad. We were at 5%. Now we're already back down to 3%, and I haven't done anything. We got artillery, rocket artillery, anti-tank. I'm thinking this is just anti-infantry. I'm not too sure. Gen 4 attack. Do we have bombers? We can't get bombers. I'm not building any though, and we don't have them. We don't have any at the moment. Any tanks? Tanks are available in 2006. Do any of our troops actually have support? They have hospitals, engineering companies, and recon companies. So upgrading those guys would be good. So field hospital, let's upgrade you just slightly. Oh no, apparently Iraq's in NATO too. Awesome. So is Kazakhstan. Apparently NATO is just kind of, you know, whoever. Anybody who wants to join NATO can just join NATO. It's completely okay. How's New Zealand doing, by the way? They're kind of, they're on their own. Look at this guy. I know the guy who looks like he just, you know, started a tech company in 1992. Bangladesh. That's a pretty sweet flag. I like this flag here. Does anybody else have like some nice flags? Of course, Nepal doesn't. Bhutan has a pretty nice flag. Everybody's, you know, everybody's getting some nice flags going on. And that's always nice. It's always nice to see some good old flags. So I want to do more civilian stuff, I think. These down here actually start getting like 3 at a time, so that's pretty alright, I would say. I know they're still in NATO, and they're still an American puppet, but they are now communist, and they're ugly. That's not a good flag. I know you were talking about good flags before. That's not a good one. That green does not work on that tricolor in the background. But I do think we're going to, for now, end the stream here. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll probably stream something else a little bit later tonight, probably in a few hours. So have a good day. Hope you've enjoyed, and goodbye.